Thanks for watching. Today we're going to do some really basic modifications to the all-new Axial SE-Extend 3 base camp. Thanks for watching. Today we're taking another look at the Axial base camp. This is Axial's most budget-friendly, ready-to-run option in the SE-Extend version 3 segment of their offerings. And I think that so far I've been having a lot of fun with this truck, and it's proven to be a great contender in that market. I did put out a raw running video in which I hadn't modified anything to the truck, and you can tell that while running it, those tires catch up on that legs and body absolutely everywhere. Not just in the back, also in the front. I needed to pull the front bumper out a tiny bit just to make sure that I had enough clearance. And people have been complaining about that, saying like, why didn't I fix that out of the box? I'm thinking that that is to give you all the liberty that you need if you want to run tinier tires. I have hacked out all these fenders, so all four of them have seen about 4 millimeters of lexan removed around the wheels just to be able to clear them. But if you want to run a tinier tire combination on here, you would end up with ridiculous looking wheel arches. And of course it's easier to take it off than to put it back on. So I'm thinking that that might be the philosophy behind it. Now this thing comes in 3 different colors. This green one, you also have a gray one, and there's also a blue one, and all of them have one thing in common, and that is these window stickers. So these windows are not see-through, and that's what we're going to modify in this video. There's a couple of different ways to do that, and I think that I'm going to show you the cheapest and easiest way to do it, because, well, I didn't have a lot of stuff laying around over here, believe it or not, but in order to remove paint from Lexan, you need some chemicals, and I don't have any of those in stock. So you can also do it in a different way. So I actually did it in a mechanical way, I guess, rather than in a chemical way. But if you want to go chemical, you can use brake fluid. You could, for example, also use nitro fuel, almost impossible to get over here in Norway. You could also use Tamiya polycarbonate cleaner. So not their paint remover, but actually their polycarbonate cleaner works best. All of those, however, you do need to pay attention that you don't take away any paint that you don't want to take off. In my case, I use the easiest and most available option to me, which is sandpaper. So what I did is I just wet sanded the paint. So if you look on the inside, you see that there's like an off-white color. That's a backing color. So it sprayed green first, and then afterwards they put that off-white on. This black is sprayed on the outside. And in order to take this off, this paint off, you do need to put in some work. So what I did, I used some 400 grit sanding paper. I'm still really bad at muting my stuff. 400 grit wet sanding paper. You can step that down to, well, as fine as you really want. So what I ended up doing is 1200 grit. You can go even finer than that and really buff it to a shine and make it completely see-through. However, I think that this is more than enough. But what I plan to do is I want to paint a little window bead with black, and after that I want to use either some smoke or some flat clear to add more transparency to this. I know that that sounds weird, but if you look at them right now, they look a tiny bit hazy. And then if I do this, you can tell that that clears them right up. So my hope is that once I start clearing them on the inside with, well, whatever it is, so whether that's with smoke or with flat clear, that they will actually come out pretty see-through. If not, we will just do what everybody else recommended doing, throw away the body, put a different body on, and take it from there. But so far, I think that this might actually come out pretty successful. Afterwards we will also put on some stickers, but first off I need to do a whole lot of masking. I left those stickers on here on the outside just to have a good idea of where I was at sanding wise. Now these windows, they protrude a tiny bit on the inside, so there's like a tiny bit of relief, which also of course makes it really easy to sand them. Because you are always going to hit those lines if you're a bit careful and you take your time and you're patient. But it does give you a good idea of where you are at sanding wise. Afterwards, of course, you can just take a heat gun, heat this up ever so slightly, and then peel off those stickers from the outside. So this again is just for demonstration purposes. I started like this. then eventually it will look like this. And right now we're going to peel the rest of these window stickers, start masking everything, and put on those two colors, black and whatever else it is that we're going to choose. If you enjoy these little painting tips, let me know by pressing the like button. Currently I have the inside all masked up, so I masked a little window trim around all of those window areas. I also did like an opening type of a window in the back of the cab, like you would find, that slides to the side. What I will do right now is I will repeat this process on the outside. Over there I will mask a slightly smaller strip, just so I can mimic like a rubber bead going on around those windows. That of course will appear kind of like flat or matte. So in that it will also provide a tiny bit of contrast, making them look even more realistic. After that we will peel all of this on the inside and hit that with a tiny bit of smoke, also to get rid of that yellow haze that is still going on the inside of that Lexan body. I think that wraps it up for now, so I'm calling this Axial Base Camp done for now. I hope that this video shows you that a little effort can go a really long way in transforming the look of your truck. Clearing up those windows and taking those ugly non-transparent stickers off, I think adds a whole lot to the look of the truck. I also added some bomber stickers, so these are the stickers that you would find with the Axial Bomber kit. I never used them for mine, so I had these laying around in my sticker drawer. Those can always come in handy at some point. So in this case as well, just to add a tiny bit of color and some detail to the outside of that body, I think it does a whole lot Also with those greens and those blues, it pops nicely. Also added a little contour for like a sunroof, just to indicate something more happening on there. And if you are not on a budget, because this was really like $5 of paint and that's about it. But if you're not on a budget, you can, for example, also add some 3D printed parts from Night Customs. I will make sure that there's a link to MyMiniFactory in the video description box, where you can find the Night Customs web store, where you can download some really high quality 3D printable files. In case you have a 3D printer, you can add a ton of detail to this body. This body is in, well, for most part, it is identical to the Proline metric body. So a lot of those parts just transfer right over. So if you're looking to add even more detail to it, go check out the link in the video description box. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It helps the channel greatly, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
Back on.